Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of Hellboy Arm Wrestling Entertainment. As you can see, I'm in my studio and today we do a little prediction time for the upcoming East vs West Part 3 of our Turkish Enigma of Rage Engine 30. So that's the last and final prediction just in front of the fight. So have fun. So today it will be a little bit more rough, so we are just here in the studio, so we don't do anything high fashion with some videos, we are just getting some naked, hard and tough predictions for you. So first of all, again, huge compliment to our Turkish legend Engine 30 for stepping up again, and fantastic event and full card. So for the East vs West Part 3, where every match can be a main match, and today we are doing a little bit ultimate prediction in front of this event. It will be on Saturday, so it will be tomorrow in Istanbul again, and we are taking a closer look which of these dudes are well prepared and are able to win their matches. So yeah, so let's go to the matches. So first match of the day will be Evgeny Prudnyk of Ukraine versus Tobias Sporong of Sweden, and it will be a left-handed match. So for me that's hard to predict. We had Tobias on the last card as well, and we had Evgeny as well on the last card. I have just to check if they were pulling left-handed. So Tobias lost against Artyom Morozov, who will be having in one of the next matches on the left hand, and we had Evgeny. And Evgeny we had just on the right hand. So for me it's pretty hard to predict how Evgeny's left is feeling at the moment. This man is pretty awesome. He did well at WAF and EAF European and World Championships, so the other way around. So he was successful also in this kind of league or system, and he was also like a big surprise for the last Super 8 tournament. He became this, the third of this tournament. I guess he just lost versus Vitaly Laletin, and at the end of the tournament he took the third place behind Levan and Vitaly, but this was on the right hand. So but this man stepped in the tournament this year pretty late, but also managed to gave Artyom Morozov a good fight. He won the match, so Artyom had no big chance against Evgeny. So in my opinion, he's one of the highest class puller in this tournament. So Tobias is also a very good puller. I guess he managed got a medal on the WF World Championships, if I remember correctly, or on the Europeans probably, but also like big concurrence on this one. So he's a good puller. But even if Evgeny is unpredictable on the left at the moment, I would give all credit to Evgeny Prudnyk versus Tobias Sporong, and I would say that Evgeny will win this fight probably with 3-0. Yeah, and we are going to the next fight of Evgeny exactly. So on the right hand, and he will face Matt Mask. So Matt Mask also pulled, was the last time versus Hermes Gasparini. This was the huge revenge of the WAL tournament. You can remember where Mask won the tournament, which the Hermes fans said that's completely okay. The Hermes fans said that it's that was a bad refereeing from Bob Wood on this tournament, and the Mad Mask fans said, that's how you get used to the rules. So that was hard to judge the whole thing, and so Hermes got his revenge and won versus Matt. So I would say even Hermes is on a very good shape, and hard for me to predict Matt because I don't see him too much to pull out of North America, and so I would give all credit to Evgeny Prudnyk, and also would say that he will win this match comfortable against the very strong Canadian man. Yeah, and Matt also pulls against Artyom Morozov, the man the new and young upcoming star from Kazakhstan. So that's a left-handed match, and I guess Matt is also very strong on the left hand, but I would say if you're not sure with your predictions or how the shape of the goes is, always gives the credit to the Kazakhstan guys. So I would say that Artyom will win this match. And what we else have to do? Yeah, we also have Paul Lynn from the US versus David Samushia on the right hand from Georgia. So also hard to predict. Paul got some good matches with John Brzenk, and I think he was also pulling with Chance Storr. So I don't know, or I don't saw Paul pulling so frequently to European guys, and Georgian guys are the hell of pullers. So I would say that David Samushia will win this match. So just on the on the image of their countries. We also have Artyom Morozov from Kazakhstan, this time not left, right-handed against Derek Smith. Derek Smith, one of the younger North American heavyweights, so he pulled pretty well versus the monster Michael Todd. Last time he is a huge man, bigger than Morozov, but I guess Morozov has something to bring to the table. I think he sees himself also as an upcoming top 8 tournament candidate, so I would say Artyom is well prepared and he will win the match. And we also have Marcio Barbosa, the legend from Brazil, versus Tobias Sporrong from Sweden, so this time on the right hand. And yeah, for me it's Marcio had a couple of very hard matches, especially in the WAL, pulled against Michael Todd, pretty often also on arm wars, pulled against Devin Larratt. Most of the time his North American opponents were stronger than him or managed to win the match, but Marcio Barbosa, also WAF world champion couple of times, Brazilian legend, and he knows how to pull. He's very physical, strong, and I would say that this time Marcio will manage to win this fight versus a young Swedish guy. Very interesting for me as well is the Monsters back to Europe. Again, the bitten hero. The last matches of Monster Michael Todd were not as expected and as hoped for the American legend as we know. So he lost against a very strong and huge Devin Larratt. He lost against what was very unpredictable for me. Lost against Genadi in a good fight, but Genadi dominated the monster. So this man is in the corner and has something to prove. So I would say this time against Georgia Rivas Lutice, also big huge guy. You saw probably the photos on social media, and this time I will shout for the monster, and I hope he finally matched a successful victory on the table. So it will be tough, and I would say that it will be a close fight, but at the end of the day, with Michael's endurance, he will manage to win this fight 3-2. And we also have Arif Ertem of Turkey. Last time he lost the match on his home ground against, let me just check again, who was it? Arif, don't see him now. Doesn't matter. So maybe it's not on the list because he got an injury, but or maybe it was the first one. But I'm pretty sure that he lost the last fight, which I not expected. And this time he will face Krasimir Konstantinov. Krasimir, probably about the fights are going on in the Bulgarian federation with the clubs, but which was pretty exciting and pretty surprising for me that Krasimir managed to pull the last European Championships in Romania. It was not as high class as usual, but Krasimir managed to win the 100 kg class, but he's much smaller than Arif, if I remember correctly. So Krasimir must be around 100, probably a little bit less kilos, also shorter than Arif. And again, Arif has something to prove in his hometown. Is a bigger man, but Krasimir is very good, especially against heavier opponents, so it will be a fight, and never underestimate Krasimir Konstantinov. So it will be a tough fight, and maybe it's like an unpopular opinion, but I will say that Krasimir will win this fight with 3-2. Yeah, so now we are coming to the final 3 matches of this card, and it's always USA versus Georgia. So pretty exactly what Angel wants to do: East versus West, West versus East. So first of the matches we got Todd Hutchings versus Irakli Tsirakashvili, Dream 5 Scrabble round. And yeah, that's also hard to predict. Todd is in his 3rd spring. The much more the older man, but also more experienced man. But Irakli managed very often to train with the toughest and to compete with the toughest people, also from Georgia and for a European and World Champion level. So that will be tough. I'm pretty sure that Todd is very handy with his side pressure, and I will say hard to judge, guys. So what we are telling here, I would say that the man of the USA will manage this fight to win. Close fight with 3-2. And on the next match we will have John Brzenk versus Zurab Taridaice, also from Georgia, and I would say that John will manage this fight. So he did pretty well versus Zoloyev on the last card, was never in trouble with this fight, so he will be well prepared. I guess his injury problems are done and healed up. His last matches in the USA were dominant. He had maybe not like this force in this wrist like from old times, but this man is a legend and he stays a legend, and he will win this fight. And last but not least, we are back to the heavyweights, and we will have another revenge match. So it's a little bit in the past. It was maybe like in 2018, I guess so, where Dave Sheffy won with 4-2 versus Genadi Kikvinya. Genadi had a long way back to the top, especially after his matches versus Ernest Gasparini and after his victory versus Michael Todd. So that will be close. Dave Sheffy is coming from a defeat versus Levan Zaginashvili with 6-0. So yeah, hard to say, but I think Dave can manage this. It's hard for me also to predict what's many predictions today, but that's a game today. It's hard for me to say what's about Gennadi's wrist. He had an injury in the past. Versus Ernest, he had no chance with his wrist. It was much better versus Michael Todd. So yeah, pretty unpredictable what's about Gennadi's wrist at the moment for the upcoming match. He was in training with Levan as well. So hard to say, and I will root to both of those very sympathetic and legendary men, but I will see that Dave knows how to compete and how to win against Genadi, and I will predict that it will be a 3-1 victory to Genadi Kikvinya. Yeah, so that's a final prediction for the East versus West of your Hellboy Matthias Schlitte. What do you think? So do you have a completely other opinion? So give me some hate in the comments about the guys who are cheering for, and in the next week after the tournament we will check out who was right, if I was right. So, and also write in the comments what's your dream matches for the East vs West part 4, so you can see that Engin Terzi can make everything happy and happen. So make yourself happy and write in the comments. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and stay strong. Your Hellboy. Boom!